New slide swimmer colors in the 175, 145, and 115 from Deps. New tackle storage solutions from Ryugi. And the original, not the fake award knockoff, the original Issei Gill Flat from Japan, the junior version, in stock now. This is what's new this week at the Hookup Tackle. What is up, my friends? Welcome back to another edition of What's New This Week at the Hookup Tackle. I am Ben with the Hookup Tackle, aka the Tackle Otaku on Instagram. I am going solo once again, hopefully the last week for a while. Jeff is up in Northern California at Toxic Day. Maybe he's getting a chance to hang out with some of you guys, checking out some of the new Swimbaits. But he will be back next week to join me. So for now, it's just me and you, my friends. So happy Sunday. I hope everything is going well. What's new this week at the Hookup Tackle is where we highlight new items as well as important restocks so you guys can stay on top of the game. Quick note before we dive into some tackle, been getting a lot of comments on the music in the background. So just a little, filler and background info for you. All the music you guys are hearing while I am here on my own and Jeff isn't flooding it with, his musical choices. This is all my brother's music. So my brother is a jazz musician based in Tokyo, Japan. All the tracks you guys are hearing are different arrangements of, popular anime songs, maybe popular Japanese songs like Jonas Tariku or Lemon or something like that. Just trying to bring you guys a little flavor, a little taste of Japan and what I do when I'm usually in Japan. Hopefully, travel will start to open up again pretty soon, and I'll be back to my normal back and forth. Many of you guys know before COVID, I was actually the videographer for my brother's YouTube channel. If you want to check him out more, you can, Jacob Kohler or Jacob Kohler Japan. But I want to bring this to you guys so that as we start traveling back and forth, you know some of the characters you guys are going to meet in Japan while we're there. So enjoy. All right, on to baits. Let's start with a bait that has been a very hot topic over the last couple of months. And this is a bait from Issei. This is the Issei Gill Flat Jr. Now, Issei makes the Gill Flat, which is the original, and this is going to be the junior version. So this is the smaller version. Now, it's going to look a lot like a knockoff that you guys have been seeing all over the place. The knockoff even won awards, and the brand took credit for inventing it. But the truth is that this is a small little company in Japan. They make amazing products. This is a very popular bait in Japan. We are going to do our best now to keep these guys in stock and bring the entire product line, after the nonsense that we've been seeing the last couple months in this industry of knockoffs. I think it's really important that we support the little guy. So keep your eyes open. If you guys miss out on these this round, we are going to do our best to keep them in a steady rotation for you. So here you go. The Issei Gill Flat Jr. It's a small little bluegill panfish profile bait. It has, soft plastic ribs and joints there to give the bait just a nice movement as it moves through the water. It also has a hollow head, and each pack will come with eyes if you wanted to add eyes to the bait. It comes with a little bit of styrofoam tubing that you can cut down, and you can push that styrofoam tube into the head to make it a floating version, or you can leave it just like this to make it more of a sinking version. You can, of course, use some Mend It or whatever if you want to plug that up and give it different actions. The bait can be rigged sideways. It can be rigged, on a nose hook. It can be rigged Texas rigged. So many different things you guys can do with this bait. This size is going to be amazing on a free rig. Rigged sideways is going to have a great swimming motion. It looks great on a wobble head, ball head, drop shot. So a lot of different stuff you can do with this. I don't expect these to last long. A lot of people have been waiting on the original, so they're probably going to fly out of here. But if you get a chance, definitely scoop them up. I think you're going to love the bait. And again, it's available in a bunch of colors, from some shads to some bluegills, chartreuses. And again, we'll do our best to keep these in regular rotation so that you guys can use the original and really see what this tech was supposed to be. So there you go. The Issei Gill Flat Jr. available now. All right, also available from Issei this week, we see the Lyre Flat Minnow. Now, this was a product that we brought in maybe about 2 months ago in really small quantities. We are finally able to get them to produce a big batch for us. This is a really unique concept, and this is going to be, you know, classic Issei. And this is why it's so important to support those smaller brands that are really innovating and creating things instead of just knocking stuff off, right? Because the mindset behind them is always trying to innovate and bring us new and interesting things. So the lighter flat minnow, as you can see, is basically a bait that's designed, it could be a drop shot, you can Nico rig it, you can put it on a little ball head, you can see it's got a little minnow shaped head here, and then also kind of a, you know, flat back side, so it's going to have a lot of this great movement as it moves, but it's also designed with a segment in there. So if you wanted to, you could separate these two segments, right? And then you could have just this little finesse piece here if you're really trying to, you know, mimic the size of the bait fish that are in your area that can swim. You've got this small little piece that you could put on a Ned rig or something like that. So just a very interesting concept. You can leave it together, you can separate it. So just multiple options behind it. It's available in a bunch of colors. I think you guys will really dig it. That's the lighter flat minnow from Issei. All right, big restock plus a lot of new color additions this week from Deps Japan. So I'm going to jump right in. We're going to start from the biggest bait and work down to soft plastics. So let's start right here with the Deps Slide Swimmer. So in the 175, we see a new color addition for the first time in it. We see Butch Brown Bluegill. It's a really great, very natural bluegill pattern. This color has been available in the past in the Slide Swimmer 250, but this is the first time that it is available in the 175 size. This is just a great, very natural bluegill slash perch pattern. I really find that this is a great one for matching perch tones. It's got more of that kind of greenish, brownish, you know, kind of coloration, so it's a great all-around match for really any panfish. So the new Slide Swimmer has that little spring-loaded weight in the head that will give it a little bit of sound on the movement, but more importantly, it gives it that real subtle vibration on the paws as it's gliding. These things have been super hot, so definitely scoop those up if you've been looking. Also, we see a restock in some of the key colors. Butch Brown Golden Carp returns. Butch Brown American Shad returns. So some great options in the 175 this week from Deps. We also see the same thing in the 145s, Deadly Ketahasu, Butch Brown American Shad. Those return, so the next size down. And then also the 115, all the key colors return. This is the smallest Slide Swimmer from Deps. And we also see for the first time Butch Brown American Shad in the 115. So the 115 is 115 millimeters. This guy is just under an ounce, more like 3/4 of an ounce. So very easy to throw on most tackle. You can see that American Shad is just a bitchin' all-around shad pattern. It's been super popular in the bigger sizes, so I think you guys are going to love this smaller size. If you're needing to downsize, match the hatch, this could be super dope for you. So check those out. New Slide Swimmer colors and sizes from Deps. All right, we also see some new color additions this week in the Deps Pulsecod. So we see the addition of Black Orange Dot and Blue Moon Galaxy. Now we also see a huge restock in some of our more popular colors like Chartreuse Akawa, Real Bluegill in the Junior, the Pearl White Shiner. Those all return as well. But these new colors are super dope. Blue Moon Galaxy is basically just a kind of like a darker chrome with a hint of blue to it, and it's semi-transparent, so the belly and the top are going to be transparent, the sides are going to maintain that kind of chrominess, and of course that black feather. So this is going to be a great one kind of early and late when you need something that has some body, but you still want it to be kind of that darker presence, so super dope. The Black Orange Dot, of course, is going to be a great one, again, when you need that darker, more silhouette-y profile. So new colors and big restock in the Pulsecod. While we're on restocks with Deps, a couple of key restocks I know a lot of you guys have been waiting on the Deps Buzzjets and Buzzjet Juniors. We restocked a lot of the darker colors last week. This week we see a return in all of the good lighter, shad type colors. So colors like Ghost Ketahasu, Chartreuse Back, Bone Shad, Clearback Chartreuse, all of those return in both sizes. We also see a restock in Evokes. So the 1.2, the 2.0, the 1.8, a lot of the key colors, some of the new colors like Real Blue Gill, Pond Gill, those return as well. And then also their frogs, Slither K and Buster K are back. We've talked about the Buster K in the past. It's really become my go-to frog. So the key colors in that return, Bone Crackle, Jet Black, Chartreuse Pepper, right? All return. The Buster K is just an amazing walking frog, great hookup ratio, super easy to throw. So if you guys don't have this in your arsenal, definitely grab it while there's still a frog season to be had. Those are all back from Deps. All right, new this week from Deps Japan, we see an expansion of the Sakamata Shad line. Now, the Sakamata Shad has basically just kind of taken the world by storm. It's kind of been a surprise to us, not a surprise to Japan and to Deps, obviously, but this is a really unique fluke. It's got a totally different design to it than a traditional fluke does. So the 7-inch is expanding on the sizing, so they've had it up to now in a 4, 5, 6, and then 8. So the 7 kind of bridges that gap between the 6 and the 8. It kind of gives you that great all-around size where it's substantial, it's easy to cast, but not too big like an 8-inch can be sometimes. So if you guys aren't familiar with the Sakamata Shad, the Sakamata Shads have these little stabilizer fins on the front to maintain a horizontal posture. They're made out of a special plastic that allows them to move and swim very naturally when they're pulled or when they're swum. So they don't have to just be moved on a side-to-side motion like a fluke would be. You can burn these, you can swim them really fast. A lot of different things you can do with it. Now the 7-inch arrives in the heavyweight version, which is a heavier weighted plastic. So it's going to cast farther. It's going to sink a little quicker, so you can move it more erratically. You can move it faster. You can swim it like a swim bait. You can do some different things with it. So all the key colors, your whites, your wakasagis, golden shiners, reservoir shads, all that stuff available in the brand new 7-inch Sakamata Shad from Deps. We also see some new color offerings in the regular Sakamata Shads. So in the 5-inch and 6-inch regular Sakamata Shads, they have expanded the color profile. So we're seeing things like Purple Shad, Watermelon Pro Blue, Silver Shiner, Biwako Wakasagi, just some expanded colors so that we can keep fine-tuning our approach, new this week from Deps. All right, and then finally from Deps, we see a pretty good expansion of colors in one of their hottest new baits. This is the Frilled Shad. So we see 5 new color additions. You guys are probably familiar with the Frilled Shad. This is a brand new bait that released maybe about a month ago or so from Deps. The idea is to have a kind of fluke style bait, but with this soft plastic lip up top. And this is basically going to turn the bait into more of a crankbait. So it's going to have a very subtle, very tight swim through the water. It's just super natural, very realistic, just a great looking bait. So we see new color additions in that. We see purple neon. We see a salted clear, so a little bit more of a full-bodied clear versus the non-salt. Watermelon Pro Blue, pink wakasagi, and reservoir shad all arrive this week in the Frilled Shad, new from Deps. All right, really quick, let's take a quick break and enjoy a nice little musical interlude from my brother Jacob Kohler while we enjoy a couple of sips of Orion. Cheers to you guys. Happy Sunday to you guys. I hope life is going good. Hope you guys are catching fish. So cheers to you. Let's enjoy it for a minute. Cheers, my friends. Happy Sunday, everyone. Okay, a couple of important restocks as well as some new color additions from Tekkel. So Tekkel, as you guys know, make amazing frogs, amazing walking topwater baits, and we see a return of some of the key colors in the Tekkel Sprinker frog. Now these are 3 colors that are made specifically here for the US market, and they only come around, I would say probably once a year is about all we see them. So when they sell out, they're gone. So we see Old White Shore, Old Black Shore, and Old Frog. So Old White Shore is basically just a pure white color. It's kind of got that throwback head and vibe to it with kind of that silver skeleton to it. Just a great natural color. Old Black Shore, kind of the same thing, just a solid black with, again, that kind of throwback, you know, skeleton vibe on the side. And then, of course, Old Frog. So you've got more of that kind of, again, throwback froggy type pattern to it. So if you guys have been waiting for those to land, those are available now. We also see 2 new color additions in my favorite frog in the Tekkel line, which is the Honker frog. So we see the addition of Snakehead and Gizzard Shad. Now Snakehead is a great color that they brought out in some of the other frogs earlier this year. We finally see it trickle into the Honker. And then Gizzard Shad used to be called Ghost Minnow. So if you guys are used to the color Ghost Minnow, Gizzard Shad is the same color. It's just a very natural, kind of semi-transparent color. It's been around for a while. I don't know why it's never been offered in the Honker before, but it is available now in the Honker, which is a great addition. So those are available now. And also from Tekkel, we see a big restock in the Kicknocker Pup. I know a lot of you guys are right in the middle of topwater season and you've been dying to get your hands back on the smaller Kicknocker, which is the Kicknocker Pup. So all of the key colors in the Pup return this week from Japan. Okay, a brand new product offering from Valley Hill, Japan. We see a new bait called the Giganoto. Okay, now this is a very interesting new lipless bait. They designed this bait to have the longest castability of any lipless bait on the market. Okay, so in Japan, it's very popular to be shore fishing or to be fishing from a boat and need to reach just incredible lengths, right? 80, 90, 100 meters out just to reach the fish, reach the edge of flats, reach boils, that kind of stuff. So they wanted to develop a lipless that would have the maximum castability and be able to cut through the air and not kind of catch like a lot of lipless baits do. So it's designed very specifically with an internal weight in the head to cast like a rocket. It does have a 1 knock sound to it. Right, so it's got that nice little 1 knocking sound. It does have a chin kind of line tie. This is designed where if you wanted to add even an additional weight to get either further casts or to really sink that bait down into really extreme depths, you can. It has 2 line ties up top. The idea behind that is if you rig it on the back or the rear line tie, it's going to have a very intense and wide movement to it. If you rig it on the front line tie, it's going to have a much tighter swim to it, so you get different actions with the bait as well. Now, if you're into dinosaurs, it's worth noting that there's all kinds of dinosaur facts on the package as well. I'm not going to bore you completely, but listen, Gigantosaurus, taller and longer, but slimmer than Tyrannosaurus Rex. Millions of years earlier, and in South America, not North America. So there you go, and there's more. So I'll leave the rest for you guys to discover on the packaging. But there you go, brand new from Valley Hill. It's only available in, I think, 6 or 7 colors. But the Giganoto, or the Giganoto, we'll go with that. The Giganoto from Valley Hill, available now. And a very quick note to note about the Giganoto. They are made in Japan and they do come stock with Ryugi trebles. So they're good to go right out of the package. Just attach it to whichever line tie you want and you've got it. 72 millimeters, 27 grams. So right about a 1 ounce, just to spec it out for you. So there you go. Have fun with the Giganoto. New size this week in the Smith Japan Niakis spinner. we see the addition of the lightest size, the 3-gram size. Now, if you had watched this a couple weeks ago, you'll know that we talked a lot about Smith, brought Smith in. Smith is basically the standard in Japan for trout fishing and high-end trout fishing. So the Niakis spinner is, regarded as the best spinner, in the world. The 3-gram edition will be perfect for you guys that are looking for a small stream or lighter lake type spinner. So if you're looking for just a premium spinner, the Niakis 3-gram available now. And we also see a huge restock this week from Ima in their Shimmer Shad color. So Shimmer Shad is a newer color from Ima. It's been out for a little over a year, and it's starting to trickle into all their key baits. So baits like the Skimmer, Skimmer Grande, Little Stick, the suspending lipless, all of that is available. Again, it's just a great all-around kind of magic scale pattern. So if you guys have been waiting, those are available from Ima. Okay, a couple of key restocks to let you guys know about this week from Megabass. I know a lot of you guys are loving the eye slide and have been waiting for some of the key colors to return. This week we see the return of the 185 eye slide in a couple of the key colors. Ayu and Agui are back in stock. So if you guys have been waiting on either of those colors, those are two of our best-selling colors in that they return, along with rainbow, matte rainbow, all the normal colors. So eye slides are back. We also see a big restock this week in some of the Ito Vision 110 Junior colors. So some of the key colors like MG Wakasagi, Ito Clear Laker, Wagin Hasu return in that. And then we see a huge restock in Battalion and Battalion 190. So a lot of the key colors like GG Gill, GG Wild Gill are back. The Battalion, as you guys probably know, just a great bluegill, perch, panfish profile, lipless bait. Definitely one of our best sellers. Some of the key colors have been out for a while, so they return. Sale on that one. And then, of course, the Battalion 190 is the big dog. This is the big 4-ounce version for just going for that bigger bite or bigger fish. A lot of you guys are using these for pike and muskie, as well as trophy largemouth. So the Battalion 190, back this week from Megabass. Okay, some exciting new items and new colors, as well as some important restocks this week from Daiwa, Japan. So let's jump into the square bill. So the Steez Square 100 arrives in 3 new colors. Now, a lot of you guys have jumped on this. This is a dope new kind of finessey square bill from Daiwa. It is made in Japan. It's got a great little action to it. It's small, it's light, but it has all the great characteristics and some really, really dope color patterns to it. So we see some additions this week of a couple of ghost craw type colors, as well as a matte Wakasagi, which is super dope. So if you guys have been looking for just something a little bit different, just a smaller, more finessey square bill option, this could be a great addition to the line for you, new this week from Daiwa. All right, we also see a return this week of one of our best-selling Japan swim baits. This is the Daiwa Japan Bank Hacker Shad. Now, the Bank Hacker Shad is a really nice kind of hybrid between a hollow belly and a paddle tail swim bait. They are designed to have an amazing action, an amazing roll. There is a belly slit on the bottom, as well as an air pocket up top. So if you want to rig it weedless, you certainly can. They also make a Bank Hacker Shad jig head, so if you want to fish it out deeper or just fish it on a jig head, you can certainly do that as well. So just a different look, a different action from Daiwa. I know a lot of you guys really get picky with the swim baits. It does have a hollow core through the middle, from the top through the tail. So you are just gonna get a very unique action with this. So if you're looking for something different, the Bank Hacker Swimmer might be a great addition to add. So there you go, from Daiwa, Japan. And then we also see a brand new size addition this week in the Steez Hydro Curly. We see the brand new edition of the 5-inch size. Now, this is one of our best-selling worms. We've had it in smaller and bigger sizes in the past. So the 5-inch kind of gives us that perfect world size that we should be able to use for all kinds of things. You can neko rig it, you can you know, drop shot it, you can Texas rig it. So the Hydro Curly is a worm designed with some, you know, tentacles on the side. It is a curly tail worm, and it has these little tentacles that will move and vibrate as the bait moves through the water, giving the body of the worm also this little quivering, very subtle type movement while that tail is in the back, you know, making its motion. So just a really cool worm. I know a lot of you guys love curly tail worms, so this could be a great addition to you, or to your line, available in all the key colors, the Steez Hydro Curly 5-inch, brand new from Daiwa, Japan. Okay, back in stock this week from Daiwa, Japan, we see a return of the JDM version of the Zillion SVT Wing 1000 in the 6.3 to 1 gear ratio right hand retrieve. So if you're a righty and you've been looking for an all-around reaction bait speed, now is the time to scoop them up. The JDM ones are really hard to come by, so you've got to grab them when they come in. Now, if you're wondering what is the difference between the Japan version and the USA version, very simply, the USA version is going to have brass gears instead of aluminum gears. It's going to have a little bit bigger knobs, but the Japan version is made in Japan, so you're going to get that made in Japan preciseness, smoothness, and quality. So I know a lot of you guys have been looking for this. So if you're a righty and you're looking for a 6.3 to 1, those are back now. All right, also back from Daiwa, we see a return. Finally, it's been so long since we've had any of these in. The Kage LT is back. So these are available in a 1000, a 2000, and a 2500 size. I know most of you are familiar with the Kage. The Kage is a $199 priced reel that has all the bells and whistles of the higher end Daiwas. It has 11 ball bearings. It's amazingly smooth. It's super sexy. It's got that matte black look. It's got the Japanese cork knob, butter smooth drag on it. Definitely one of our favorites through the entire line, the Kage LT. Now, the only catch to the Kage is it is a in-store pro shop only reel, so you can't buy these online. So if you guys look on our website, you're not going to find them. They are not there, but what you can do is you can call us. You can shoot us a DM and we can sell them to you over the phone. Daiwa just wants to make sure that we have some one-on-one contact with you. So if you guys have been waiting and you want these, call us Monday. Monday, 10 a.m., our phone lines are gonna open. Give us a shout. We can definitely score these for you guys. So again, available in the 1000, 2000, and 2500 size, back from Daiwa. Some new saltwater specific colors this week from Duo Japan in the Realis Spin. Now, some of these, even though they're designed for saltwater, these could completely be applicable here in freshwater too, which is why we wanted to bring them. So if you guys are fishing saltwater and looking for a dope tail spin, this could be the one you've been waiting on. Or if you're just looking to expand your freshwater options, could be great as well. So let me run through these colors with you guys, make sure you can see them okay. So we see Pearl Chartreuse OB, so just a very natural kind of hot shad color. We see Inako, which is just a kind of a natural, darker kind of baitfish pattern. We see Hollow Red Head GB, which the GB stands for glow belly. So this one will actually glow in the dark. And then we see a red back medallion. So kind of a gold and red type color. So just a great tail spin. We talk about it a lot. We throw it a lot. So if you've been looking for some different colors from Duo, new this week. We also see a big restock from Evergreen this week in the flat force crankbait. Now, nothing new to report here, but I know a lot of you guys love the flat force. So I just want to let you guys know that all the colors are back. Your Wakasagis, your olive craws, your cold shads, all the key colors you guys have been waiting for are back in the flat force. Some restocks as well as new color additions from Lucky Craft this week. So one of my favorite crankbaits gets an expanded color line. Super excited about this. So the LC 1.0 D7 expands the color options. So we see additions like T.O. Gill, T.O. Chartreuse Blue, Aurora Citrus, Ghost Minnow. This is just a great finessey crankbait. If you guys are fishing ponds, if you guys are fishing you know, smaller bodies of water, or maybe even a big body of water where you just need a smaller presentation, the 1.0 size is just a killer all the way around. So the 1.0 D7 designed to get down in that 7-8 foot range. It's going to have a wide wobble on the bill, but yet still maintain that thinner body profile. So you get that kind of hybrid between being super tight and super wide. It's just a very natural, it works in all water temps. So there you go, the 1.0 D7 from Lucky Craft. We also see a restock this week in all of the colors in the Lucky Craft Flat CBD 20. Now I talk about this a lot, not gonna waste a lot of time on this guy because you guys know it, but the Flat CBD 20, arguably one of the best deep diving crankbaits for tackling that 20-foot zone. One of the reasons why it's so effective is a lot of deep diving crankbaits, in order to get down that deep, have to have a really wide lip, which gives them a very wide movement. Not so with this guy. It has an amazing, you know, heavy weight transfer, so it casts like a dream, and then the weight shifts all the way to the front of the head, way in the nose, and it has a very thin lip, so it dives almost straight vertical and very tight. So you get basically that same tight action that you would in something like a flat force, right? But down into 20 feet of water. So if you guys have been looking for just a very natural shad kind of imitation in deep water, that could be a great addition for you guys from Lucky Craft. All right, let's talk Lucky Craft Pointer 100s for a second. So this is one of my favorite jerkbaits. This is the jerkbait that got me into JDM jerkbaits. We see an addition of some new colors as well as some important restocks. So I'm gonna fly through these with you. So this is a throwback color that they used to have in the line. It was one of our favorites. They discontinued it and they have brought it back. So Shiner is available again in the Pointer 100. This is basically just kind of a muted chrome, right? So you get all that same kind of colors that you would in like a chrome black, but in more of a muted finish. So it's more of a silver type color. So just a great all-around baitfish pattern. We see a brand new color offering, Ghost Black and Gold. So this one I'm really excited about. So black and gold jerkbaits are super effective basically from now, well, they could be effective any time of the year, but from now through the spring, they're just a great bait. This Ghost version is kind of just a genius bluegill pattern. So it maintains that same kind of black and gold look with the orange belly, but that transparency just totally changes the color tone. This one is definitely going in my box. Really excited for this one. So new colorway on that. And then we also see some new color additions and some important restocks in colors like smallmouth bass, northern yellow perch comes in the 100. Restock of orange night shad, which is a super dope matte black with kind of like a bluish hue. That one's really awesome. MS Crack, which is a famous one in the Lucky Craft line, returns, and then a new rainbow color, Engaged Super Rainbow. So excited to see the expansion of the Pointer 100 line just in time for jerkbait season, so check those out this week from Lucky Craft. We also see an expansion this week for us in the Lucky Craft line of more of their Lightning series jerkbaits. So expanding on the Lightning Pointer, we see a smaller size now in the Lightning Pointer 98. Now we've carried the Lightning Pointer 110. The Lightning series, both in the Pointers and the Stacy's, is kind of Lucky Craft's stab at letting you guys kind of wade into the world of JDM baits. They're priced really inexpensively for a Japan-made bait, under 10 bucks. And they come in great actions. You're going to be slightly different than the non-Lightning versions, a little bit tighter, a little bit shallower. So just a great addition. So you see the Lightning Stacy 90 available, Lightning Pointer 98 in all the key colors, under 10 bucks for a made in Japan bait. Super dope deal. So check those out. And then we also see a restock. Been a while since a lot of these have been in, but the Lucky Craft Screw Pointer 85 is back. Now the Screw Pointer is 3¼ inches, half of an ounce. This is just a great spy bait alternative to the Duo. A lot of guys, fish places where they just see that Duo Realis Spin. They see it over and over and over and over again, and they they chew it, but if you want something maybe just a little bit different, the Screw Pointer 85 is nice. It kind of bridges the gap between that 80 and 90. It does have 3 hooks on it, so we find the land ratio of this guy is really, really good. So if you're looking for just another option, it's only available in a handful of colors, but they're your main key colors. So check that out from Lucky Craft. Quick Orion break. Cheers to you guys, my friends. Huge week this week from Ryugi, so we're gonna fly through it, but before we do, oh, that's so good. So hope you guys are kicking one back. Cheers to you. Okay, let's fly through some hooks and weights and new goods from Ryugi. All right, so let's start right here with the TG football head from Ryugi. Now, we brought these in a couple weeks ago. They flew out of here. I know a lot of you guys have been excited to get these back. This is basically, you know, everybody's kind of making a version like this, but this is a full tungsten version. And the nice thing about Ryugi is you can get super high quality, you know, amazing coated hooks, tungsten, right, without killing yourself, without breaking the bank. So you get that Japan quality, but for a really good price. Now, these heads can be added to basically any hook that you want to add them to. You just pull it out, you add the hook, you snap it back in, and you have your own wobble head. So they're available in light sizes to heavy, whatever you want to do. So those are back. We also see the return of all the key weights and hooks for free rig, drop shot, and Texas rig, okay? So the free rig weights of choice for all of us, these are the round eye drop shot weights in the DS Heavy Delta, return 1/4 ounce, 3/8 ounce, but we also see some additions of lighter sizes. A lot of you guys have been asking for some of these lighter, smaller sizes. So if you've been looking for more finesse options, we brought the entire line in. So all the sizes are available again in this guy. Also, to go along with that, the Ryugi Infini hooks, which is our go-to hook for free rigging, are back. All the key sizes, 1/1/0, 2/0, 3/0, 4/0, 5/0, 6/0, etc. Those all return. These are the TC coated hooks. They just work, right? So love the Infini hooks. Great addition. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for some of the key sizes to come back. Those are back. Jumping over to drop shot, we see a return of the Ryugi nose hook. This is the Ryugi Fog Shot, just a great all-around nose hook. We also see the return of the DS Delta clip-on drop shot weights, as well as a bunch of new sizes in this as well. So they make these in the lighter weights. So if you guys have been looking for things like 3/64, a 1/32 ounce, any of that really light drop shot stuff, those are back and new from Ryugi. While we're on drop shot, we also see a big restock in some of the key Decoy nose hooks that we talk about here all the time. So the Shot Rig Worm 10 is back in the key sizes. So size 2, size 1, I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for those to return. They are back, so definitely scoop those up. This is our nose hook of choice most of the time. Just a great one, so definitely grab those if you guys have been waiting. And then we also see a return of the Big Bite Finesse, which is the other one we use for nose hooking, more thicker plastic. It also works great as a Neko rig hook. It hooks them perfect every time. So all the sizes, 1/1/0, 2/0, 3/0, all back in stock from Decoy. Okay, also while we are on Decoy, the weighted Makisasu returns in some of the key colors. Now this is the weighted spring lock, basically twist lock hook from Decoy. What makes this hook different than say something like an owner weighted twist lock is this weight is adjustable. So with a little pressure, you can pull it farther back down the shank or push it farther up the shank to give your bait more of a nose weighted effect or more of a back gliding effect or whatever it is that you want. So if you guys have been waiting on those 2/0, 3/0, some of the key sizes, those are back. We also expand the weighted brutal line of the Pierce hooks from Ryugi. So again, staying in that kind of twist lock weighted hook, category. The Ryugi versions are amazing. They just, again, they have that TC coat. They hook them really well. The weights are great. So these are available in a traditional version as well as a heavy version. So if you want a lighter weight, you could go with just the regular weighted Pierce. If you want a heavier weight, you could go with the heavy version. And they're available in smaller sizes and bigger sizes all the way up to 7/0. So they can fit anything you're looking to do. All right, we also see a restock in the treble hooks from Ryugi. So the Pierce trebles are back. The Pierce treble brutals and some of the bigger sizes are back. So if you're looking for just more traditional hard bait sizes, the regular Pierce is great. The brutal is going to be better for like your swim bait sizes and some of your really bigger bait sizes. So those are all back in stock. And then we see a brand new addition from Ryugi in their brand new quad hook. Now, a lot of you guys have been throwing quads in the past, specifically the Decoy quad. And you know, one of the challenges to fish that are hooked on, you know, smaller hooks is they just have a lot of leverage, right? So what Decoy set out to do is they set out to do away with that leverage, and so all of these quads are swiveled. So if you hook a fish on this and it comes up to shake, it is going to allow that hook to move on your line so you're not yanking the hook out of the fish's mouth, which is super dope. So you can use these on hard baits, you can use them as stinger hooks, whatever you need to do, but the addition of that swivel is just genius. So, you know, great concept from Ryugi, excited to get those in. Right now, they're available in a size 1, 1/0, and 2/0, so definitely targeted more towards the bigger bait or stingers. We should see the line expand into the smaller sizes as well here pretty soon. So definitely scoop those up if you guys have been waiting. Those are available now. All right, and then you're gonna need something to store all of these hooks and weights with, right? And a lot of you guys have been asking us to bring in the Ryugi storage solutions, and so we have, and we're really stoked that we did. So thank you guys for the suggestion. Thank you, Griff, for forcing my hand on this, because these are some of the dopest boxes, honestly, that I've ever put my hands on. I'm probably more excited, well, maybe not as excited as Griff, because he's already filled all his up. But here we go. The Ryugi tanks are now available. So these come in 3 sizes: an extra large, a large, and a medium. They also come in the 3 colors that you're seeing, right? So the black, I think they call this khaki, even though it's an olive, and then the green color. Now, the tanks are literally built like a tank. They're super durable boxes, you know, very heavy duty. They have great kind of a spring latch system. And then internally, you can see that they have all these little mini compartments, which are attached or covered, I should say, with a spring loaded cover. You can pull these out, you can load stuff up. So, you know, Griff, you grabbed an XL yesterday.
Yes.
And you didn't have enough stuff to put in it, because at first it seems like, oh, they're pretty small compartments, it'd be pretty easy to fill it. It's surprising how big this box is.
They fit so much stuff.
Yeah.
They're huge.
Yeah. So if you guys are, you know, fishing from, you know, a boat and just want like one box to just keep a bunch of stuff in, the XL is probably the genius way to go. There is some like anti-skid type material on both sides as well. So like if you put it down, it's not gonna just go sliding all over the place. So it'll stay on your deck, on your seat, on the bank, whatever it is that you're fishing. The large size is, for me, I think the large size is super dope for like shore fishing, because there's just enough space that you can keep, you know, the important things in there without needing to lug the entire XL around. So a little bit smaller version there. And then if you guys want to get really specific, like if you want to create like just a free rig box, just a drop shot box, just a whatever, the medium size is killer. It's got just enough room inside to make very specific use boxes. So you could get, you know, a khaki one for your drop shot, and a black one for your free rig, and a green one for your punch-in, or whatever it is you want to do. So super dope boxes, the Tank series from Ryugi, in stock now. All right, also from Ryugi in the Tank series, we see the Ryugi Tank Free. Now, this is basically just an open box available in a large and a extra large. It's made out of that same very durable, you know, tank style plastic, has that same latch system, but inside there are no compartments. Okay, so this is a fully waterproof box, designed kind of like a lunch box, I guess. but just with a little more durability, fully waterproof. So if you're wading, or if you're concerned that any water is going to seep into your box, you can put a couple swim baits in here, some hard baits, or some tools, throw it in there, and it'll be completely waterproof. You could submerge it, you don't have to worry about it. So the tank free, also available from Ryugi. All right, also back in stock this week from Ryugi, we see the Ryugi Hook Stalker. So otherwise known as like a hook wallet. So, you know, these are, if you have a couple of these wallets.
Yes.
Yep, I have these wallets. This is just a great way to keep your terminal tackle organized as well in a very small kind of wallet-sized deal if you don't want to mess with a hard box. So it comes with these, you know, internal kind of, you know, watertight zip lock pouches that you can drop weights, drop hooks, and just kind of keep it in kind of a bound wallet-sized case. So, you know, you've got the hard box option, you've got more of the soft good option, both great tools. So the wallets are back. We also see a brand new addition from Ryugi. We see the leather rod holder 2. Now, we brought in some of the OSP rod holders, and every time we bring them in, they fly out of here, right? Because I love shore fishing. Griff loves shore fishing. I know a lot of you guys love shore fishing, and one of the frustrations to shore fishing is you want to bring more than one rod, right? But then, you know, you always got to set the other one down, and then you move down the bank and you got to go back and get it. So with using a rod holder, you can attach that rod to you and you can fish while bringing your other rod. This is a handmade in Japan leather version. So this is going to be a higher end, you know, rod holder than some of the other ones. Take it out for you guys to see it. It's done in this really sick camo color, but basically your rod is gonna go inside of here. Let me grab a rod actually. So this will hold both spinning or casting. So basically you put this around, you know, your belt, or you put it on your pack or whatever. It's got snaps to where you can snap it. The rod is simply going to fit in here. If it's a casting rod, there's a little open compartment for the trigger there. And then this is just going to snap in place. And then your rod is at your side, right, out of the way, wherever you need to put it, right? So that you can just cast and not worry about it, but you're keeping your rod on you. They've also designed this with some accessory pockets. So you can drop pliers in here, you can attach different tools, so that everything is literally basically on a holster at your side, out of the way. Super dope, really good looking, super high quality, again, handmade in Japan leather in that dope camo pattern. So the leather rod holder from Ryugi, available now. And then finally this week from Ryugi, we see the addition of the Ryugi R plier. Now, a lot of you guys have been asking us to bring in some of the higher end stainless steel pliers. You know, we all use pliers, we all use tools, and you know, for the most part, I kind of just use junky, cheaper tools, right? Because I end up losing them a lot or whatever. But sometimes it's nice just to have a really nice piece of equipment. So Ryugi makes a full stainless steel plier. It won't rust, it won't dent, it's just built, again, kind of like a tank. They are a split ring version as well, so if you want to use it for split ring, there is a braid cutter, there are some hook holes in there, there are different holes in here for pulling on line. There's a couple of little slits here. These are designed to be eye tuners, so if you're using a crankbait or something like that, you need to kind of tune the eye. They're perfect sized for that. Also a D-ring, so you can attach it to a sleeve, to a collar, you know, to a lanyard, something like that. So just a very high quality. You know, anything stainless steel is going to be expensive, but honestly, for a handmade stainless steel plier, these are actually pretty cheap. I'm used to them being $200 and $300, and these are going to be well under $100. So if you're looking for a high-end plier from Ryugi, those are available now. So as you can see, if you had the rod holder, they'll also hold your pliers as well. So just some great, neat additions this week from Ryugi. Hope you guys enjoy. All right, guys, well, that is a wrap. I really appreciate you giving me time on your Sunday. Happy weekend to you guys. Cheers to you. As always, guys, we really appreciate the business, appreciate the support. If you have any questions, please drop them down below in the comments and I will definitely get to them. I will also leave links to the products. If you want to check any of them out closer, please do. On behalf of myself and Griff and Carmen and Jeff and Ethan and John and everybody around this place. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your business. Cheers to you. Until next time, my friends, peace out. Have a great weekend, everyone.